Good morning, Grace Baptist. My name is Hannah, and I'm worshiping with you from home this morning thanks to the novel coronavirus. I was asked by Pastor Ryan to give you guys just an update more on the medical side of things, how things are going, and just some basics of what you need to know about coronavirus since I'm a nurse practitioner. So there's a couple things about coronavirus that I think are important to know. We are calling it COVID-19. It has been declared a pandemic by the World Health Organization. Some of the signs and symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath, all of which are identical to the common cold and influenza, which makes it really difficult to tell when it's actually going around. Obviously, there's no vaccine or specific treatment at this point. Healthcare professionals are treating the symptoms and helping to keep people comfortable, even with the sickness, and trying to prevent the spread. The difficulty with preventing spread is that from the time you're exposed to the time that you begin to show symptoms is anywhere from 2 to 14 days, which is really difficult to pinpoint where each person has gotten the disease if they get it. When it transmits, at this point, we're transmitting from person to person. We believe it to be droplet precautions, meaning that droplets either from the infected person's mouth or nose when they cough or sneeze, coming into contact with someone within 6 feet of them is how other folks are getting infected. So masks can be helpful, but if you get that droplet in your eye or in other mucous membranes, you can still actually be infected. If you do become ill with any of those signs or symptoms, the number one thing is just remember to try and stay home, wash your hands, just the basic things that we've always been doing. Separate yourself from others as much as possible, and that's really the whole idea from what we're doing. So this is called social isolation, where we're containing the disease as much as possible and just slowing the progression. This way we can protect those who are most vulnerable, our older folks, those with chronic illnesses, those who are pregnant. So if you do begin to show some of those signs or symptoms, I do not recommend that you go to the emergency department unless you are having difficulty breathing, because by doing that, you would expose yourself to more illnesses that are still circulating. And if you do have the virus, we don't want to spread it. The vast majority of people will be able to contain this and treat it at home, just with rest and fluids and good food. So I know that I also couldn't answer everyone's questions all in this one video, which is why I strongly recommend that you do go to the CDC's website. They have a lot of really good resources, posters, information for parents, for when you're sick or if you're caring for a sick loved one. So most importantly, I wanted to share with you my life verse, which comes from John 16:33 and says, "These things I have spoken to you, that in me," meaning Jesus, "you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." Folks, we serve a mighty and powerful God who not only made each one of us, but made coronavirus. So continue to rest in him, trust him, call your neighbors to check in on them, and wash your hands. And we'll see you next time.